What an astounding revolution. Bitcoin is immune from attack.
All right, guys, this is Danny at the Crypto Show, and I'm here at the Block Show in Vegas. And I'm here with your name is Bisping, right?
Yeah, that's right, Michael Bisping.
Michael Bisping.
It's okay, because I don't know your name either.
Yeah, I'm Danny. And your name, sir?
Will Lowe.
Will Lowe, and you? Kindside. All right. So this guy happens to be a middleweight champion of the UFC.
If you say so, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just...
Former UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Former UFC...
Former, unfortunately, but that is the fact, so I've got to be honest.
So, cryptocurrency seems to be making its way into the UFC quite a bit. Actually, I'm sponsored by Dash, and Dash sponsored Rory McDonald.
Yes.
And a couple of others. Actually, a guy out of Davis DeSanto. And there was one other one. I'm sorry, I forget his name. But... how is it that cryptocurrency is making its way into the UFC?
Well, I can't really speak for anybody else's circumstances, but I can only, I know Rory McDonald, of course, the other gentleman you mentioned, I'm not familiar with. But for myself, obviously, being a UFC fighter and, lucky enough to have fought all over the world, I met a mutual acquaintance of myself and Will Lowe over there. He's the CEO and managing director of Timicoin / Timi Health. And when I first found out about the concept of the company, it was very intriguing to me. Basically, in a nutshell, of course, there's much more to it, but initially it appears to be controlling your own health data via an app that you have on your phone. So when you travel the world, which I did, and I would frequently get injured, unfortunately, having my health records with me was very beneficial. Now, of course, there's more to it than that. You can monetize your health data. We see this, across all healthcare is a big marketplace there, and of course with DNA data as well. But through the app, through Timicoin, Timi Health, through the app now, you can enter that marketplace. You can choose to opt in and out of studies, so you can monetize your own data.
The Gates Foundation, I don't know if you know this, but the Gates Foundation is actually doing a similar thing in Africa with Factum. So they're logging people's medical records onto the blockchain, onto the Bitcoin blockchain, so that it's easier to locate and find, who might be sick. This is actually an attempt to control the AIDS outbreak over there.
I see.
So I am aware of that one, that particular development. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So what is it that Timicoin does, and where did you get this concept?
Okay, so you think about the portability of health information, and so that's first and foremost. And that is relevant today as, Center for Medicaid Services has mandated in the U.S. that all, individuals have access and portability of their health records through their MyEHealth data initiative. So now what we've come full fold is to decentralize the way that is controlled and to put you back in control. Instead of 23andMe turning your DNA over to GlaxoSmithKline for $300 million, we think we should give you the opportunity to opt into our data aggregation marketplace and allow you to share in the revenue that is being generated from your DNA, the revenue that's being generated from your health data. And that's so with our system, it's straight data aggregation, straight decentralizing the control, taking the centralized silos that exist today in healthcare and putting them on the blockchain. And the key differentiator is we're not a project, we're not an ICO, we're a working blockchain. We just signed a deal on Friday, announced that with First Vital Healthcare, and we are downloading 375,000 lives onto our blockchain. That's real. That's a real use case. That's a mainstream use case for health data aggregation. And what we think is, I believe in decentralization. I believe that putting people back in control of their data should be at the forefront. And we all know that when we began this project, it wasn't relevant like it is today in today's marketplace. In the past 30 days, we were working on the DNA, and all of a sudden what fell in our lap was the GlaxoSmithKline deal with 23andMe. And then all of a sudden, that they were exposed as a kind of a bait and switch, if you want to say that. And but it looks like to me they're marketing one way, but then their end game was to sell that data to Big Pharma. And we don't think that's fair. We don't think, we think it's your DNA. We think you should participate in the value proposition that is, your data.
So another thing would be boxing. I want to talk about this. With Dash, they use Rory McDonald to get the name Dash out there. Right. And obviously, you're working with him here. I'm sorry. What
Michael.
is
Michael.
You're working with Michael to use his celebrity status to get the name out about the coin. What about like reaching back and getting unknown fighters and stuff? Are you guys planning on doing that? Because I know, like, I was talking with some guys at the Mexican Bitcoin exchange, and this is something they're pretty passionate about. They're working with some of the very unknown fighters in local gyms in Mexico City to try to bring them up, and we're going to try to put a proposal out through Dash. Are you guys going to do anything like that to kind of give back to try to get the fighters that are unknown and bring them up?
We're all about giving back. I mean, Michael is a great ambassador. Michael is a great, I want to say a great tactician of business, right? So he understands business and he understands business situations. And of course, he is, a former UFC champion, so that does bring some prestige. But at some point in time, obviously, this entire platform is based on fairness. And that means reaching out to, everyone and letting the playing field be level, right? So instead of, a big corporation controlling all that data, we want to put that back into the control. So if we were ever, presented with an opportunity to help some people, that's really what we're doing. And we truly, at our core, the word Timi, it's T-I-M-I, it means honor in Greek. And so it's really a true honor to put you back in control of your data, to put you back in control of your DNA. And at some point in time, we'd love to help other people, get themselves, climb the ladder of the fight game, of course.
Okay. Where can people find out about this, and what is the use for just the average Joe? I mean, is there any use case for this, or?
We, just like we said right now, the mainstream use case is that you can have the portability of your data, bring the data onto our blockchain, and allow that data to be aggregated and or monetized if you choose through the Timi marketplace. And the website is Timicoin, Timicoin.io.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. Did you have anything to add? Or?
Yeah, I don't know too much about fighting in UFC. I'm here to represent the healthcare side of the business. Tremendous amount of interest we're getting in the health industry, especially here in the U.S. The idea of empowering patients to take control of their data, nothing's more valuable than both financial and healthcare data. The fact that you can actually be empowered to engage with healthcare, monetize it, and as a brand for any health plan, health system to say, hey, we're giving our patients their own data, allowing them to be financially better off, to have better socioeconomic status, helping your community. There's a huge mission in this organization.
Awesome. And Mike, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he just said it best. Will said it best. Anything that I say compared to these very intelligent gentlemen appears foolish, but so I think less is more for me right now.
Well, so with your experience in cryptocurrency, what would you tell other fighters about getting involved in cryptocurrencies? And I mean, there is so much going on with sponsorships.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, as a fighter or an athlete in general, sponsorship is something that we're definitely trying to procure. Isn't easy these days. It's a very difficult marketplace. Certainly within the UFC, with the confinements, with the Reebok deal in place, it's difficult. It is. So that's a hard question to answer, but certainly one that needs exploring.
Awesome. All right, guys, check it out. Timicoin, T-I-M-I coin, and the website?
.io.
Timicoin.io. Check that shit out.
Exactly.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks.